Are you about to start ADHD medication for your child, but you're still asking if you're doing the right thing and in the right order? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what is the one thing that you need to do before starting ADHD medication for your child and why is it super important. My name is Laura Moreno and I am a certified ADHD coach, as well as the mom of a really little boy called Max that also has ADHD. I have ADHD myself, and I'm also the founder of the community called Good ADHD Moms, a community with thousands of women like you that have kids with ADHD and where we support each other every day. And before we continue, I wanted to give you a really great thing that is going to help you. It's a free video course, a 6-part free video course called How to Stop Explosions with an ADHD Kid. And this is really, really going to help you if you're going through emotional dysregulation with your child, which is very typical. And you'll receive one video per day for 6 days with everything that I learned by working with my child and improving the behavior from explosions daily and calls from school and really bad behavior to a really wonderful home that we have now that is calm and beautiful and connected and loving. And I put everything that I know about how to make that transformation in this free course. So check the link below and access the course. So what is the one thing that you need to do before ADHD medication? You need to have parent coaching, a specific ADHD parent coaching or parent training. And that is basically when you hire someone to help you one-on-one to let you know, to instruct you on how to educate your ADHD kid. Normally, let me tell you about our story. What we did is my kid was very, very explosive and we didn't know what to do. So we went to the neuropsychologist, we talked to the school, we talked to so many people, we didn't know what to do. And then one day I actually found a coach that had a podcast that we, at that point, we didn't know if our kid had ADHD. We have no idea. We knew that he was a hypersensitive kid. And this coach had a podcast about highly sensitive kids. So we really liked what she was talking about and we hired her. And what we did is my husband and I sat with her for 6 sessions over the course of 3 months, 6 or 8 sessions. And she was telling us what to do. In each session, what we'll do, she will tell us what happened that week, why that happened, what should we implement for next week. And she will also, of course, ask questions, how's everything going? And at the beginning, I didn't believe it was going to work, but slowly things changed at home. And it was the best money we have spent for our kids. It's the best money ever spent. We will do it over and over again. And actually, we have hired this coach again and again for like a couple of things here and there that happen. And she's incredible. So what I will say is, number one thing is hire a parent coach that can tell you what to do with your kid. And what you should do it with your partner. Because the last thing that you want to do is to be there taking this coaching that is very expensive and then start implementing things and your partner being in a different page and say, why are you doing this? And discussing all this. So you need to do it together with your partner if you have a partner and go through this training. Well, why does it help and why not doing something like therapy? And the reason is because if you do therapy with your child, first of all, it's really, really expensive. And the second thing is, it's going to take the therapist really a long time to get to know your child. And your therapist usually is not going to see your child when he is exploding or having one of his moments. So the thing is, you as the mom, you're there all the time observing your child. You know him very well or her very, very well. And you know what triggers him. And this is really important for helping him. So you suddenly need to become the parent coach, the coach or the nurturer or the coach for your kid. And in order to do that, you have to go through this specific training. One question that I get asked all the time is, well, is your child also involved in those sessions? And the answer is no, he's not in those sessions because the coach is coaching you what to do with your child. So the child is not there at all. The other thing is what we learn. We learn so many things from our coach, and I'm here. I have some notes. We learn emotional regulation techniques because as the parent, you need to be so calm. Even though he might be exploding and throwing things, you need to be really calm because he's going to copy your emotional regulation. So we learn lots of emotional regulation techniques. Also, what to do when he's exploding. Also, the other thing that we learn is like so many connection techniques, because the number one thing that you need to work on with your child is connection. Because when you build connection with your child, there's going to be loyalty and he's going to behave better. So we learn so many new techniques on connecting with our child, as well as what to do for punishments, because an ADHD kid, they don't work with punishments. They will rebel against punishments. So what is the one thing that you need to do instead of punishments that also gives them that discipline, that teaching that you're also looking for? And the other thing is we learn a lot of like do a lot of active listening and how to compliment him and positive reinforcement, and also how to set up predictable routines. So many little things that add up. And at one point you look back and you're like, oh my God, was that a nightmare like a year ago, 2 years ago, when he had those incredible explosions? That looks like another life, a nightmare. And now you have a beautiful child with a beautiful life, and the only thing that you wonder is like why I didn't do this sooner. So how do you find a coach, an ADHD parent coach? First of all, I am now a certified ADHD parent coach. So you can get in touch with me. You can find my information. You can go to my website, Good ADHD Moms, and you'll find it there. But the next thing is you can also ask around, ask people around, listen to podcasts, see who resonates with you. Because one thing, my husband and I were looking for this parent coach. Since we learned that this existed, we're like, oh my God, we need one. And we started listening to a couple of podcasts, and one of them, the woman was very salesy, like she was trying to sell, and we didn't like her so much. So find the coach that you think is going to, you guys both are going to like the most, you know? And the last thing is you also need accountability. You need a support group of moms that are going through the same thing. And this is why I created Good ADHD Moms, this community of like, we have thousands of moms right now talking in our private Facebook group. And we also meet every week for 1 hour where I answer questions. I give advice for next week. What are the things that we're going to implement next week with our children? And it is the best community in the world for ADHD moms. There's nothing better because you paid for this community. It is a private community. What that makes is it creates like a really high quality group of women that just want to help each other, and they're like super committed to the education and like well-being of their children. So it's so incredible. And we have so much fun. We talk about so many things that sometimes are not related to our kids. We talk about our parents and friends and like how are they reacting and so many things. So we are fun, we are supportive, we are like really cool parents trying to do their best for their kids. And on top of accessing to the accountability, the support, the sisterhood, you also get the weekly calls, as well as many different resources for your kid on how to educate your child. For example, 50 different calm and connecting activities for your kids, how to stop explosions today with an ADHD kid. You get how to set up your home for an ADHD kid for their emotional regulation system, how to feed your ADHD kid, like a guide on what is the best food that you can give them. So you get all these resources in the community. And listen, when you just click the link below, it should be in the description, and you will see everything that's included, which is so much, so much. And then the other thing that I was going to say, I made it really, really affordable, because I only wish my mom had this information when she had me. You know, my mom was not, she's not very emotionally regulated. I'm pretty sure she has ADHD as well. And that created a lot of trouble for me when I was little. So my mission is to help as many kids as possible, because ADHD kids, oh my God, we have so many talents. We have so many superpowers, but only if we are raised correctly. And you might say, listen, I'm busy, Laura, I cannot do another membership. And just like, you cannot be busy for your child. This is your number one job, to raise a happy, confident child. And if you're here listening to this, you're trying. And what I'm saying now is you need to try the number one thing that works. You know, experts all over the world agree that parent coaching is the number one thing that you need to do for your ADHD kid. And then you go through medication and all that. But in my own experience, parent coaching was like a 70% improvement in our lives. And medication, which also we've been doing medication, it's been like 20 to 30% improvement in our lives. So you need to go through parent coaching, and you need to join this community for the parent coaching, the accountability, and the support. And if you join today, you have 75% off for life, forever. So click the link below, enter your name, your email, your payment information. And once you're inside, you will receive an email from me with a link to the Facebook group, with the link for the weekly call, and you will be able to start accessing all the recordings of previous calls and all the material that I was mentioning to you before. And within 2-3 days, you're going to feel so good because now you're supported, because there are people that are not judging you. We are the 5% of the moms that are there. Like, we don't find friends that share what we're going through so easily. So that's why I created this community. And then within 2-3 months, oh my God, you're going to be like, what was I doing before? Oh my God, this is so good. And soon after, you're going to start sharing this information with everyone that you know, any other mom that is going through the same thing, because this is the best community for ADHD moms, because we support each other, we love each other, we have fun with each other. And so join the community right now, and talk to you very soon. Take care.